What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is actually, am I in a relationship? The answer is, how much money do I make on YouTube? What's up, everyone? Welcome to my first ever Q&A. I'm gonna be answering your juiciest questions while making a steak dinner. I'm trying to make the picture on screen. And yes, I asked AI what I should make today, and then that's what it generated. Now I'm craving that and I gotta eat that. Question number one, where are you from? I am from Miami, Florida. How old are you? A lot of people think that I'm like 16, but I'm actually 20. I'm trying not to cut myself with this. Oh, this is a good one. Why do you always wear a ponytail? Because I don't like hair getting in my mouth. And if I don't wear a ponytail, the hair's just gonna be like, you know what I mean? And it's windy here in Florida. It's just more convenient that way. Did you hate, like, or love school? What did you hate or love about it? Before I answer the question, the first thing I'm gonna say is I am not in school because I already graduated college. I have a finance degree. So yeah, I would say I like school, but I prefer learning on my own. Just because I get to focus on the topics that I like. Versus in school, they made me do science, and I don't like science. It's too difficult. I'm just gonna show this to you guys. This is why I wear gloves. Because right now, I very much almost cut my finger. If I wasn't wearing this, what would have happened to me? I wouldn't have a nail right now. That's what would happen. Next question. What's your most embarrassing story from elementary school? So when I was in elementary school, my parents and even my teacher thought that I should be in a higher curriculum or like in a more advanced class. So I had to take an IQ test to be able to see if I did qualify to be in the advanced curriculum. And after taking the test, it turned out that I was below average. I ended up going in a curriculum for those who were below average, I guess, and smart, for those who don't know how to read. And for the record, I was like 8 years old when they said that like I couldn't read. And that's not true. That's not true. I just didn't like to read. What was the scenario when you were so afraid as a child you thought you were in a life or death situation? Actually, when I was about 10 years old, my grandma was like, you know, cooking literally right here. And she ended up taking a nap while she left the stove on. And next thing you know, the microwave catches on fire. The whole kitchen is on fire, like in flames. And I hear the fire alarm going off, and I come downstairs. Next thing you know, I just see this whole thing on fire. But don't worry, I ended up running out, and we called the fire department, and my neighbor came running in with a fire extinguisher. He helped get out most of it, and the fire department took care of the rest. So that was a pretty dangerous situation. Carla Medina asks, what advice would you give to your younger self? The best advice, okay, all right, one moment. I'll answer that after I cut these because this is gonna be loud. Okay. The number one advice that I would give to my younger self is to be healthy. Eat healthy, especially. Growing up, I didn't eat very healthy. I loved fried foods and sugar. I ate a lot of desserts like ice cream. And later on, I ended up getting a bunch of health conditions and issues, which I believe stemmed from eating unhealthy. So now I don't even have the choice to eat unhealthy. Now I have to eat healthy or else I would probably go to the hospital. So yeah, I wish I didn't make those bad choices. That would be the number one thing I would tell my younger self. A lot of you have asked, am I in a relationship? I don't know why you guys are curious, but I guess that's what everyone on the internet usually asks their favorite creators. The answer is no, I'm not. But if I ever am, you guys would see them in the video. Okay, I'm realizing I'm halfway through the questions, and I haven't even finished these fries. I'm gonna be more productive and finish these before I start answering the next ones. Next, I'm gonna make the chimichurri. I've never made this before, so I don't even know how you do it. But you know what? I'm just gonna do what I feel feels right. Spy Jam asks, what or who inspired you to become a content creator? There were lots of them, but Wasabi Productions, I would say, is the channel that inspired me the most. So at the time, they were basically two high school guys who wanted to make their own movies or productions. So they ended up starting a YouTube channel and did it there, which inspired me to do the same because I wanted to be an actress and I wanted to be in Hollywood, but I didn't know how to do it. But I did know how to start a YouTube channel. What's your favorite video that you filmed with someone and who was it? My favorite collab video was who can sneak more food into the movies with Yo Angelo. That was hilarious, lots of fun. I was very nervous, but it's like something that, it was a fun experience that I can now remember because it's on YouTube. It's a lot of work to pick out each individual leaf off of this. Spy Jam asks, how much money do I make on YouTube? I make enough to live and be able to buy food, but I'm not rich by any means. So I'm not like the other YouTubers that you see that buy all these fancy cars and houses. I make a living, but I'm not rich. And now we cook it. Oh, this one's a good question. Do you think content creation is harder than a 9 to 5? It depends on the 9 to 5. The thing I will say, for the most part, creating content is not necessarily harder, but running a business, I would say, is much harder. It's harder in the sense that you don't know how much you're gonna make one month and how much you're gonna make another, or if you're even gonna have a career in a few months from now. So it is harder in that sense, but creating content in itself is not harder. So that's what I think. Right Hand Man Lover Plays asks, if you could be an actor in a film, who would you play? If you choose me, you'll be the first YouTuber who picked my question. Wow, I feel honored. If I could be in a movie, I would want to be Spider-Gwen. Marvel, hit me up. That would be really cool. That would be my dream come true, honestly. Like, I'm just saying it, and unfortunately, it will probably never happen for multiple reasons. Maddox Podcast asks, what's your biggest fear? My biggest fear, it's actually getting a stomach ache. So I have really bad stomach issues because I'm intolerant and allergic to almost everything. So I'm always having a stomach ache, and my biggest fear is eating and getting a stomach ache afterwards. Child of the Moon asks, what's my biggest dream? It's honestly really simple. I want to live to at least 100 years old just because I want to prove to myself that I can by living a healthy life. And the next question comes from Samiha. She asks, what crazy thing am I gonna do when I hit 10 million subscribers? Honestly, I don't have anything crazy planned or anything planned really, but it would be cool to hit it while I'm at VidCon so I can celebrate it with all my fans. That would be cool. This is how I like my steak. Guys, I burnt it. I'm just gonna get the best fries from this batch just for the picture. Now we're gonna add the chimichurri on top, but hopefully it looks nice and I don't mess up the steak. And there we have it. Oh, look at my lunch. Now I gotta try this. We're gonna try a fry. Sweet potato fries are so much better. Now for the moment of truth, let's try the steak. That was a big piece. Click here to watch another video because YouTube really thinks you'll love this one. I mean, you have nothing to lose. My videos are free.